We'll now look at Assessment Task 7, Part 2. So if we click on it, basically you'll see a description of what's required in the task. But to summarise, you're going to perform a market analysis to try and establish some trends and developments in your industry. Okay, so we've got a explanation here related to the difference between a trend and a development. But basically you need to establish two trends or developments in your industries and complete a template, which we'll show you in a second. Okay, now you need to use research techniques to establish or gather the market data related to these emerging trends or developments. So when we're talking about trends or developments, we might be talking about economic changes that are coming, technologies, so new technologies that are going to affect your or influence your industry or your offerings, changes to products and services that clients might be looking for, whether it be a move towards more environmental products and services or healthier products and services, whether there's change in demographics. So for example, if a bigger part of the population in your area, there was a larger group of, say, Gen Ys that were more likely to use your service, or a certain ethnic group that were less likely to use your services. So we've provided a few examples, but the trends and developments are going to vary depending upon your industry. Also, there's some other examples provided in the manual or the content on the learning management system. You're then going to be required to discuss the potential impacts of the trends or developments on your organisation. So to complete this task, you're required to fill this template in. So as you can see, the first one is market trend or development 1. So again, you have to just choose a trend or development. So for this purpose of this, you can consider it the same and just choose either a trend or a development, because they are quite similar. List what the trend or the development is, summary of the data or information. So obviously you've collected some information or data to establish that there's a trend or development that needs to be considered. The analysis techniques used. So if we go back to your task here, it talks about statistical analysis techniques and qualitative analysis techniques. So you will have been through that in your notes. Again, if you're not sure after reading your notes on the differences, you need to speak to Chloe about that. So again, you need to put in the information here, the data or information that led you to believe that it is a development or a trend, the techniques you've used to establish it. If we scan down the page, and again, the potential impact of these market trends, developments on your organisation. And again, then you do it for the second market trend or development. So for trend 1, trend or development 1, I'd expect to see, say, 150 to 200 words spread throughout the 4 boxes. And again, for market development 2, again, 150 words, 150 to 200 words spread throughout the 4 boxes. So what I mean by that is I don't expect 150, 150 and so on, 150 to 200 words spread throughout the whole 4 sections of market trend development 2. So a key aspect of this task is going to be about gathering the data or information. Now that could be internal or external. So it could be information you gathered from your business through spreadsheets, etc., or it could be external information from either, say, the Bureau of Statistics or industry reports that you've gathered the information and used it to establish whether there's some emerging trends and developments. Now, if you need help with this part of it, speak to Chloe and she'll be able to give you some ideas on data and information you can use. For some of you that are involved in business already, you may be very familiar with this and use this sort of information all the time.